Necesitas un lápiz de color y el papel. You will need a pencil, coloured pencils and paper. Hola clase 4. Hello class 4. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Estás bien? ¿Estás regular? Or estás mal? I hope that you're all continuing to stay safe. Today for our Spanish lesson we're going to be doing a really important topic. We're going to be learning all about your family or la familia. Now there's going to be lots and lots of key vocabulary that we'll learn in today's session, and hopefully over the coming weeks we'll look at applying that into sentences. We'll be able to talk about it, and you'll be pleased to know we've also got a song to learn today as well. Now you'll see in the bottom left hand corner of the screen there's two key bits of vocabulary for the first part of the lesson. Now you'll notice that both of the phrases in Spanish mean the same thing. This is, and it's este es and esta es. We'll look a little bit later at why they mean the same thing but look a little bit different in Spanish as well. You might be already thinking about the reason. Bueno, okay, so we're going to learn some key vocabulary for the lesson now. Now what you'll see on your screen is a Spanish sentence. The first thing that I want you to do is see if you can translate it to English on your own. I'll then reveal the English translation to you. Bear in mind what I've just shown you on the previous page and also use the pictures to help. So, first sentence. Este es mi padre. Este es mi padre. Muy bien, great pronunciation. What do you think the translation is? Bueno, this is my father. Este es mi padre. This is my father. Muy bien if you got that correct. Next one. Esta es mi madre. Esta es mi madre. What do you think that might mean in English? Fantástico! This is my mother. Esta es mi madre. This is my mother. Next one. Este es mi abuelo. Este es mi abuelo. What do you think it means? Muy bien, we'll be getting the hang of this now. This is my grandfather. Este es mi abuelo. This is my grandfather. Esta es mi abuela. Esta es mi abuela. What do you think the translation is? Fantástico, this is my grandmother. Esta es mi abuela. This is my grandmother. Okay, next one. Este es mi hermano. Este es mi hermano. In English? Muy bien. This is my brother. Este es mi hermano. I'm going to set you a challenge. If you want to pause the video now and predict what you think the next one might say. See if you can follow the pattern of the ones before. Okay, next one's coming up. Esta es mi hermana. Esta es mi hermana. What do you think it means? Muy bien. Esta es mi hermana. This is my sister. Esta es mi hermana. Brilliant. You'll have noticed a few things for pronunciation there when we were doing it, particularly in the last two, in hermano and hermana. Remember not to pronounce the h. Okay? Muy bien. Okay, I did say to look at the differences between the words for this is, and we had este es and esta es, which means the same thing. Can anyone guess why that might be? Fantastico if you mentioned about the fact that words need to agree in Spanish. And in Spanish we have, as you will know, masculine and feminine words. So if you look at the first instance where it's "this is my brother," este es mi hermano, you'll notice that the E and the O are circled, and that's because they are both masculine. Este es mi hermano, this is my brother, it's a masculine word. Hermano, brother, is a boy. It differs slightly for when it's a feminine word. So for example, esta es mi hermana is a feminine word. Both of them end in a. So therefore, it means the same thing, but it needs to agree. It needs to be a masculine or a feminine word. Muy bien. Now, I know that Clase Cuatro love a challenge, and I know that you love doing things muy rápido, very, very, very quickly. What I'm going to do now, and you'll need un lápiz, a pencil, y el papel, paper for this, is I'm going to say a sentence, one that you've seen from the previous slides, and your challenge is as quickly as possible to draw that family member. So for example, if I say este es mi hermano, you would quickly draw a picture of a brother and you'd hold it up as quick as you can. Okay, let's have a go. First one. Esta es mi abuela. Muy bien. You should have drawn on your piece of paper a grandmother. If for whatever reason you need a little bit more time to draw them, just press pause after I've said the sentence. Next one. Este es mi hermano. Muy bien. You should have drawn a picture of a brother. Next one. We'll do two more. Esta es mi madre. Muy bien. You should have a picture of a mother. Now the final one, I'm going to make a mistake on purpose. So a bonus point if you can spot what mistake I make as well. Okay. Escuchad. Esta es mi padre. Fantastico if you drew a picture of a father. Now, did you spot the mistake? Bien, I said esta es mi padre. However, as we know from what we discussed before, the fact that masculine and feminine words need to agree, it should have been este es mi padre. Muy bien. Bueno, so the next step in our learning process is to add a little bit more to the sentences that we already know. Now you'll see again in the bottom left hand corner of the screen there is some more key vocabulary, and you'll be pleased to know that this doesn't need to agree, it agrees anyway. The vocabulary is se llama, and it means his or her name is. Now notice again in my pronunciation, rather than saying se llama, which you might think is it in English, it needs to be the y sound, se llama. Muy bien. Okay, so if you look at the image, we have got the sentence, este es mi padre, se llama Pablo. What do you think that means in English? Perfecto. This is my father, his name is Pablo. Esta es mi madre, se llama Ana. In English? Muy bien. This is my mother, her name is Ana. Este es mi abuelo, se llama Luis. In English? This is my grandfather, his name is Luis. And finally, esta es mi hermana, se llama Isabel. And English. This is my sister. Her name is Isabel. Muy bien. Perfecto. Okay, so now that we've learned the vocabulary that we need for the lesson and for being able to talk about La Familia, we're going to learn a song. Now, what is really, really important, as I always say to you when we're learning songs in Spanish, is that you understand the meaning of them and you understand the English translation. So what I would like you to do when I've finished speaking is I'd like you to pause the video and I'd like you to have a go at translating the Spanish phrases or the Spanish song on the screen into English. Now you'll notice there's some words on the screen that you are familiar with that we learnt so far. You'll notice that there's some words that are quite similar but aren't quite the same, and you'll notice that there's some words that you'll have to recap on from your previous learning in all of your previous year groups. In a moment, when I come back on the screen, I'll talk to you about the translation and we'll see how many words or how many phrases that you've got correct. Okay, so here's the translation on the page in front of you now. Well done if you got the following. So, mi familia es, my family is. Mi madre, mi padre, my mother, my father. Hopefully you got that bit. Mi hermano, mi hermana, my brother, my sister. Y mi hermanastra, and my stepsister. That was a tricky one, but well done if you got it. Sin olvidar, not forgetting. Los más mayores, the oldest. Un abuelo, dos abuelas. One grandfather, two grandmothers. Muy bien. And now to the favourite part where we get to sing the song. Now, when I play the song on the next page, usually it takes a few seconds for it to start to play, so don't panic, it is coming up. Obviously, feel free to listen to the song a number of times. Feel free to sing along the first time, the second time, the third time, to really perfect that Spanish pronunciation that we've been talking about. I'll leave the English translation on, so you can keep looking at that, but equally it'd be brilliant to see lots and lots of videos of you singing uploaded to Seesaw too.
Mi familia es mi madre, mi padre, mi hermano, mi hermana y mi hermanastra. Sin olvidar los más mayores, un abuelo, dos abuelas. Mi familia es mi madre, mi padre, mi hermano, mi hermana y mi hermanastra. Sin olvidar los más mayores, un abuelo, dos abuelas.
Some absolutely brilliant singing there. Well done, muy bien. Okay, for the final task for the session today, I'd like us to kind of recap over the vocabulary that we've learnt in the session, and then that'll lead us on to next week as we look to actually put it into a conversation. Now you'll see on the screen in front of you, there's a list of all of the words that we've used today, and what I would like you to do is to create some sort of image of your family. Now it can be through pictures, it can be through drawing, it can be, or you can be as creative as you want. And what I want you to do is label it with some of the vocabulary or some of the sentences that we've learnt today. It'd be absolutely brilliant when you upload these to Seesaw if I could hear you speak through it as well, so I can hear your fantastic pronunciation. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, I'll show you what I've started. I've decided to use a photograph, and as you can see on the screen, I've written a sentence. Esta es mi madre, se llama Maxine. this is my mother, she is called Maxine. Okay, and you can create something similar to that. As I say, you can use photos or you can draw yourself. That's completely up to you. As I've mentioned, next week's very much looking at using this vocabulary and seeing how we can put it into sentences to have a conversation. So I look forward to that. But I hope that you've enjoyed today's session. Good luck with your activity, and I look forward to seeing them on Seesaw. Adios.